Hi guys, today I wanted to talk about something that's like very prevalent in my life, and has been for most of my life. I'm just gonna get into it. So, I wanted to talk about suicide and suicidal ideation and how that affects someone who goes through that. I couldn't tell you the last time I didn't think about suicide. And some days are worse than others. You know, some days it's just a passing thought. It's just a fleeting moment of, hey, that's an option. But there are other days, like yesterday, where it's more than just a passing thought. It's more than just that moment of, hey, that's an option. What I went through last night, what I go through, I wouldn't say often anymore, but at a time in my life it was often. I could see the parking garage of where I work from where I was working, and thought, you know, I could finish my shift and I could jump off. I thought every pole I passed on my way home, that I could drive into it, that I could just drive off the road, that no one would really notice. And I know that's not true. I am someone who suffers with suicidal thoughts, and just because I think these things, please don't think, you know, that I'm gonna do it, because I'm not. They're just thoughts. I have no intent on acting on them, but still they're hard. Because what do you do for thoughts? Like, can you go to the hospital for thoughts? Absolutely. I have. You know, because sometimes they get scary. Sometimes they border on the line of becoming more than just thoughts. And then I go get help. I'm very lucky. I am very fortunate in the fact that I'm very self-aware. I'm aware that I might feel these things, that I might feel worthless, that I might feel like no one would miss me, like no one would even notice that I wasn't there. I might feel those things, and those feelings are very real to me. But also there's a part of me that knows that's not true. That knows that those are just feelings, and while they are valid and they are real, they're not true. Because two things can be true at once. And in my head that happens often. I came home and I talked to my mom about it, and she's great, even though she doesn't understand fully. But she does help. And sometimes I feel guilty. And sometimes I feel upset that I am so blessed and so lucky, and I still feel this way. And it's weird to think about that. Like, on any given day, like, this could just happen out of nowhere. I mean, this case right now is not by any means out of nowhere. I've had very, very bad past few weeks from a bunch of different angles, and that I think is what's causing the worsening in the thoughts, and I know that. And then I think back to a time where I wasn't so clear-headed, and I have a video of that up on this channel of the time that the thoughts became too much, and instead of going and seeking help, I thought I didn't deserve it anymore, because I had been to the hospital so many times, once a year for 4 years, and I just felt like I didn't deserve the help anymore, or the help wasn't actually helping, but the help was helping. I just wasn't helping myself. Because that's another thing that they don't tell you. They don't tell you, they give you these pills, and they say they're supposed to fix you, but they don't fix you. They fix the chemical imbalance in your brain, but they don't stop the thoughts. They don't fix the way you think. They help to a point, but it's not a magic pill. You have to put in the work as well. And at 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, I didn't understand that. I thought there was something wrong with the pills or with me, or that nothing was ever going to help. And that's just simply not true. I just have to work a little bit harder. I, for a long time, fought for my life almost every day. But that's not the case anymore. Now they're just thoughts. They're thoughts that I'm aware could turn into actions, but I don't intend on that. Because I have coping skills now. Healthy and unhealthy, and working on the unhealthy ones and turning them into more healthy ones, but I know I'm more self-aware. You know, I am not as broken as I used to be. And I'm very grateful for that, but I'm still, this is more a reality check than anything, of like, I might not be where I was, but I also still have work to do on learning how to stop the thoughts. And that's kind of where I'm at a standstill. I've had these thoughts in my head for so long, I don't know even what it's like to live without them. And know, how to move forward. But I just kind of wanted to share this for anyone that's like me, where, you know, it's hard. You feel like no one understands, because how do you have suicidal thoughts and not actually be suicidal? And you can't tell that to it's hard, because you try to explain that to a doctor and they send you to the hospital when you don't. I mean, maybe you do need to be there. I'm not a doctor, but when I was sent, I didn't feel like I needed to be there. And I don't feel like I need to be there now. I just feel like I need to figure out how to get past that. I want to say voices in my head, but I don't hear voices, guys. It's just my thoughts. The thoughts in my head that tell me that I'm not good enough, that I'm not worth this life, that I'm a horrible person and a horrible friend, and everything else that comes along with those thoughts. And I know this video is everywhere, but I wanted to get these thoughts out of my head and do something with them. And I can't really offer any advice on this subject because I'm still fighting with it myself, but if anything, I hope that this helps you feel less alone. So, I guess that's it. That's all I really wanted to say. So, bye guys.